Picture a setting that caters to any outdoor passion, an area where wildlife roam through pristine hardwoods. Waterfowl flock to tucked-away cypress breaks, where native species mingle with exotics to provide unique hunting experiences. Lavish accommodations blend food and culture into a Cajun paradise. Here we explore these adventures at this premier South Louisiana hunting destination. Adventures that excite an everyday hunter but are also fit for a king. Closed captioning made possible by Explore Kayak Adventure Company. Fishing, sightseeing to photography tours, everything to make your paddling adventure happen. See Explore Kayak Adventure Company on Facebook and Instagram.
Every day, we strive to preserve traditions that have spanned generations.
Around every turn of the bayou, Mother Nature reveals unique people, places, and experiences.
And the bounty of animals and fish. Well, in Louisiana, we just call that lagniappe. I'm Don Dubuque.
I'm Chris LeCoq.
I'm Captain Martha Spencer. Join us as we document the adventure,
Sportsmanship,
and heritage that make us Bayou Wild.
When you think of an island, a piece of land likely surrounded by saltwater comes to mind, but the marshland owned by the Island Hunting Company is purely a freshwater environment.
It's a fresh marsh. Right now it's a floating marsh because we have too much water in here. At the end of the season, we're going to drain this down, bring it to a lower level. That's why we have a lot of divers right now.
This serene swampland is home to a wide variety of water birds, including ibis, coots, hawks, and especially ducks, both puddle and divers.
We have canvasbacks, ringnecks, dogrees, spoonbills, mallards, wood ducks, teal, you name it, we have it out here. We have a very diverse group of birds that stay out here.
Beautiful day, a lot of birds, a lot of blackbirds and a lot of other marsh life, but we've seen a lot of dogrees, probably more than I've seen in a while, coming in 20 or 30 at a time, coming right into the decoys. This is the first hunt this season. We haven't really had to do much calling. They haven't had a lot of pressure on them out here, which has been great for us because they've been getting close, whereas many of our hunts, they come just out of range. So it's been giving me a good little experience to shoot my new gun and put some smoke in the barrel and bring home some ducks.
Right here, right here. Get him, get him. Well, definitely for a diver, they're a much faster flying duck. You need to lead them a little further than a puddle duck. They're definitely a faster flyer. My grandpa taught me how to do a little, and I'm getting choked up on it because, you know, when I'm out here, I think about them. But he showed me this little call that, you know, and that's what a dogrie does, and it seems to have been working the last couple of weeks. It goes like this.
Whether you hunt divers or puddle ducks, duck hunting provides a casual atmosphere that builds camaraderie as everyone gets to shoot. And unlike a big game hunt, a swing and a miss allows for just enough ribbing before the next opportunity.
You know, it gives them a little confidence to come in here. You know, they like to speak to each other when they're on the water just resting, so I use it, and it seems to be doing really well.
I started duck hunting with borrowed 20 gauges, and being a petite person, a lot of times I struggle with the length of guns or maybe the weight. And I've shot 20 gauges, old school pump actions, finally got one of my own. I did opt for a 12 gauge so I can kill other things like turkeys and geese with it, but the one I did get this year for Christmas is actually a short stock, short barrel, 26-inch barrels, and it's actually pretty light. It doesn't look like it, but it makes it a lot more manageable and easy to get to my shoulder versus using a borrowed gun that might be a bit heavier. And again, the 12 gauge gives me a little bit more power to it, so I'm very much enjoying having my own gun fit for me.
I enjoy taking people hunting. That's what I enjoy giving the people the experiences that I had growing up. Taking people, enjoying the outdoors. I was fortunate enough to be able to do that as a young kid. And I take my kids, when they were young, I'd bring them with me, duck hunt, deer hunt, whatever type of hunting was to do, we did it. And it keeps us closer. We are family oriented over here. From the owners to the people that work here. I mean, every chance we got, we let people bring their families out here, enjoy the place, enjoy the hunting. It's a place you want to come and enjoy and have a good time.
Whether you're new to the sport or a seasoned shooter, duck hunting provides fun and memories that last a lifetime.
You just gotta sit and watch and ask questions and see what you need to do, what you might be doing wrong, what you might be doing different than what everybody else is doing. Don't be afraid to ask that question. Somebody might be doing something a little different that might work for you.
We love our children. We protect them. We guide them. We prepare them for life in the world. With all that we do, from deep in our hearts, we cannot control all things. Life-threatening illnesses and disabilities affect far too many of our children each year. While we cannot change the circumstance, we can make dreams come true. Dreams to provide hope, to provide spiritual healing and strength, to provide moments of happiness and relief in the hardest of times. We can give a glimmer of light and hope in a time of darkness and despair. Join huntofalifetime.org to help make dreams come true, to provide hope for children with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Hunt of a Lifetime is a nonprofit organization fulfilling dreams for hunting and fishing trips to youth 21 and under with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Visit huntofalifetime.org to learn how you can make a difference.
I'm Courtney Hammonds on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I've spent hundreds of hours practicing piano. That preparation paid off when I won a couple of talent awards and the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana Propane Dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit louisianapropane.com to find out about propane generators and other safety tips. Louisiana Propane, it truly is a fuel for our future.
In South Louisiana, a box stand on stilts is usually reserved for deer hunting, but this wooden tower is the epicenter for European-style pheasant hunts.
The European-style pheasant hunt goes back to a little bit of high money, a little bit of royalty. Pheasant hunting was popular in Great Britain as far back as the 10th century, but it really became popular in Spain, where the richer you were, the more land you had, the more birds you could shoot, and this was set up. There's some folks out there that just smoke the barrels with them, and that's kind of how far back it goes.
Tower hunts were historically reserved for aristocrats, but today are hunted by all in Europe and the United States.
The birds are just flying. They're just looking to get out of here and fly out of here. So it's not like a duck hunt where you got to be quiet, or a deer hunt you need to be still. This is, you could have fun, bring a group out here, have a good time, and just pass a good hunt.
Each hunter gets a post, placed at even spaces around the edge of a large open field. Birds are released at random intervals and can fly in whichever direction they choose, and contrary to some beliefs, can make for a challenging hunt.
Do you remember back in the day when we were growing up when we had those air popcorn machines and all of a sudden one kernel would pop and then another one? Well, that's kind of what the birds did. You didn't really know which direction it would go until it came out of the popper. That's probably my best analogy. Come here, baby. What surprised me maybe was that you do have to let them get a little bit closer than you think you do. They're bigger birds, so they take more to knock down. I think one that I shot 3 times, and he tried to get into the tree, and it took 4 shots really to knock him down. So the smaller the gun, the harder it's going to be to get him.
Shooting too early is the biggest problem that I've seen. You got to wait till the bird gets in range. A lot of people get excited, birds coming to them, the excitement of the hunt, birds flying all over, and just getting too excited and shooting before it's in range.
I got Elsie, my dog, and we both learned how to hunt together on pheasant and on chukar. I've never done anything like this before. I'd have to say it's a lot harder than traditional upland hunting for pheasants. I think so, at least. Shooting them when they're like this is way different than what I'm used to, which is like this.
He's too close.
The biggest part of setting this hunt is logistics. You got to get the people from the lodge to the field, and then get the people from the field to around the bales. We all go through this before the hunt, where we're going to set everybody up, how we're going to set them up, and how we're going to rotate. So there's a planning that's involved in this that goes on way before the hunt ever starts.
Well, everybody we shot with today might have all been mute because I think I was the only one hooting and hollering and really kind of just laughing at things. Whoa! Drive by. I wasn't even ready for that. It's really fun to see the birds just completely drop. I think a lot of people that think it's shooting fish in a barrel or think it's too easy probably have never done it before, and they just think it's untraditional, so it's not as good. But we're not in negative 14 degrees. We don't have to trek through a field, and it's fun. So how can you knock that?
You don't have to go to South Dakota, North Dakota. You could come down to South Louisiana right here in Sportsman's Paradise and have a good pheasant hunt.
Coming up next, we step into the kitchen at the island for a southern twist on some freshly harvested pheasant.
My name's James Loop, and I won the 2020 Chevy 1500. It was first day at roughly 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening. I was like, let's stay fishing, and she's like, nah, maybe we need to get back to the launch, you know? Yeah, I had a blast. It was a great summer tournament. Thank you, Super Chevy Dealers, for my 2020 Silverado.
Welcome back. We're at the Island Hunting Company in Paradis. I'm here with John Chauvin. We just went on a tower pheasant hunt, which was awfully exciting. But, you know, for folks like myself, I've never cooked pheasant. So we're going to learn a great way how to cook it. What are we making today?
We're actually going to have a pheasant that's going to be cooked down with a mushroom sauce. We're going to start off, we have a hot black iron pot. We've got a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. We'll start melting out some butter.
And this is also a dish that you mentioned if you don't have pheasant, which not everybody has on
Correct,
hand, but a lot of
correct.
folks might have duck or chicken. You can do
Right.
this dish with anything.
Correct. It works well with chicken. It works well with duck, quail, any light skin, light meated bird works well.
So we started with a half a stick of butter. We're
Yes,
melting
ma'am.
that into the oil.
Correct.
You want this about medium heat?
Correct.
Yeah.
Medium heat, get everything melted down. What we're going to do is we actually have our breasted and legged pheasant.
How many birds are we using for this recipe?
Right here we have 6 birds.
Okay. And it's important, you probably don't want to overcook this meat because I'm sure it
Correct.
gets tough pretty easily.
You really don't want to go more than about 1 minute to 2 minutes per side. You just want to get a little brown on it. It is very, very soft and tender meat. You don't want to put too much in at a time as well because it'll start sweating each other and not actually.
And is it okay?
sizzling.
It looks like it's okay if you have a bit of fat on it. I mean, you want to take the
Yes.
skin off, but it's
We
okay
do,
to have a
this
little
is
bit.
skinless, but with a little fat, it's just going to melt right in. It's
Give
not
it a
gonna have
little more
problem.
flavor.
Correct.
All right, so our pheasant is cooked, and now we've got to make the sauce for it. So let me know what we're doing here.
Okay, so we have all the pheasant out. You can see everything is all nice and brown.
Looks like chicken breast.
Pretty much, but just like chicken breast. We're going to put the other half a stick of butter in. We're going to let that melt out a little bit.
Does any good recipe not have butter in it?
I mean, you know, butter is it's kind of like bacon.
It's
It-
pretty
it
much
goes
one of the
good with
staples.
everything.
Exactly.
Yes, absolutely. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix that up. We're going to drop this back down to a medium heat. We're going to cover it and cook it for 20 minutes.
And coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to put the final touches on the pheasant meal with mushrooms, put it all together with some delicious sides, and your mouth will start watering soon.
Discover the taste of Louisiana that's seasoned just right. Boiled to perfection. And rich with tradition. A taste that's savory, crispy, and a little sweet. Discover the taste of Louisiana fish fry products.
Hi, I'm Donnie Rouse. There are a lot of different reasons to shop at Rouses.
It's the people. Everybody that works here is just so nice.
Our stores get deliveries 7 days a week.
They have such a wide variety at Rouses. Everything's in stock. I mean, everything.
We use Rouse family recipes and ingredients found right here in the store.
It's the food. Rouse's food tastes like homemade. And they're local.
Like us.
We also have great prices.
That's the difference Rouse's makes.
And for the sake of time, we added one more ingredient over the commercial break. Let folks know what you did.
What I did was I had 2 tablespoons water, 2 tablespoons cornstarch, and 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Went ahead and mixed it up and added to it just as a thickening agent. Right now what we're going to do is we're going to add our green onion tops. Thank you, ma'am. Which is about 1/3 cup. And we're just going to, I have a little of the Creole seasoning. We're just going to season it to taste.
You stir those in?
Yes, ma'am. Let's stir all of that right up.
Man, it's a pretty dish. And tell folks what the sides are that you made for this.
Okay, so what I have here is a mixture of long grain and wild rice.
Yum.
It keeps that earthy tone to the dish, and I have some corn makshu.
Okay.
That's going to go as a side dish. So
Plate
what I
that up.
normally do is I plate it up.
So you put the bird on top of the
Correct.
rice?
I'll put my rice down first. We'll get a little bit of the the bird in the mixture. Put right
Once
on
again, we're
top.
still waiting for smell-o-vision to come out because you guys can't smell what I smell, but it smells fantastic. One day they might come out with it.
And a little bit of the corn makshu right up on the side.
All right, how do you spell makshu? Can you spell it?
Maqueuxux.
Yeah, I would not have passed that one. Looks delicious. All right.
And that's our dish.
We're eating pheasant with mushrooms and white wine. We'll just call it pheasant at the island. Was that
Pheasant
work?
at the island.
All right. So come get you a hunt, shoot your own bird, have John cook it up for you, and you can enjoy it like we're about to do. You know what? Let's make this easy on myself. Good stuff. Can't beat it. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
One of the reasons why Double D has been around for 50 years is because we are consistent with what built the business. And we go to great lengths to make sure that when you bring a deer or a hog or whatever it may be, your meat stays your meat all the way through the process. But we want to be as true to the original intent, which is a local meat company. And that's something that we want to maintain for as long as the Lord lets us do it.
Here's how I guarantee my crawfish tastes great every time. I use Louisiana Fish Fry brand seafood boil. Why do the pros use Louisiana Fish Fry seafood boil?
Because the flavor is so good.
Louisiana Fish Fry Seafood Boil has more garlic, onion, paprika, lemon, and not too much salt.
Louisiana Fish Fry brand seafood boil. Find the yellow bag, and pour and boil for great crawfish every time.
In 1967, Dutch Stogner realized his dream to run his own meat market. 50 years and 3 generations later, Double D and the Stogner family still operate with Dutch's original commitment to quality. Pick up some Double D sausage today and share your good times with us on Facebook.
Well, today we were hunting chukars here at the island, and there's so many things to do out here, you can't get it all into one show.
No, you definitely have to come back for more, and we definitely will do that.
Come on, Smokey, flush him out of here. This way.
Okay.
Yep, come on, bird here. Shoot him. Good shot.
I thought it got hit. I saw it kind of flinch. Oh, going down. And follow us on YouTube. You can watch all the episodes in full length there, and check us out on Facebook and Instagram for more extras as well.
What drives your outdoor passion? Is it the excitement of a great hunt? Is it the breathtaking sunrises and sunsets? Is it enjoying the bounties of the land? Is it the adventure of experiencing something new? Or perhaps the tranquility of a cool winter morning? When enjoying the outdoors, we all have one common bond, a desire to wake up another day and share this passion with others. A desire to continue the adventure, sportsmanship, and heritage that has been passed down for generations. Bayou Wild TV was a creation of course, three people: myself, Chris Lecoq, who is our producer, editor, and co-host Martha Spencer, and each of us contributes something to it. And our logo, our slogan kind of says it all: sportsmanship, adventure, and heritage.
I love living in Louisiana because the whole Cajun culture is just based around being outside. People in Louisiana take pride in living off the land, and that goes back into family heritage, cooking, survival. With Bayou Wild, we've been able to not only do all these activities, but also see some of the history behind them.
Well, video gets more competitive every single day because everybody out there can take a video with their phone, they can use a GoPro. Video is becoming much more consumer and not professional anymore. So I'm always trying to challenge myself with thinking of different ways to set myself apart from just anybody else who can pick up a camera, shoot a video, and put it on YouTube.
Look, CCA Louisiana has been a sponsor of the Bayou Wild show, but mainly it's a partnership. Between Don, Martha, Chris, the whole team, they're great promoters of what we do because they believe in it. They're engaged, they know what they're doing, and they know how to get the message across.
There's a lot of fabulous chefs and cooks and home cooks in Louisiana that inspire me every single day. But the topics I speak about, the ingredients and the recipes, the stories I tell, come from people like Don Dubuque and all of those wonderful people I've met along the way. I didn't come up with them myself. You might want to take a piece of that.
Well, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that.
Whoa! Drive by. Whether it's been an excursion to another state or at home, it shows me why people like to come to Louisiana. The things that we do for fun are literally bucket list trips for other people.
And so I guess that's where I find my inspiration. I'm always trying to push myself further than I did before. So I'm always trying to maybe raise the bar for the story that I'm trying to tell through video.
But really what we're showcasing is the culture, the heritage, the people, and the resources of Louisiana and the Gulf Coast.